Of entrepreneurship, I want to talk to you guys about it not being all fun and games. I like to be honest, I like to be real, I like to tell you guys and show you guys what it's really like, because if you don't have a clear expectation of some things, you may get discouraged when things come along. You may get discouraged and you may quit because you didn't understand that entrepreneurship's not like all the people on Instagram and Facebook and always posting all their money and posting their vacations and posting, for the worldly sense, all the women that they're with and the parties that they're at. And, but for us, entrepreneurship, there are times that it's not all fun and games. There are times that being a leader, it's not fun. There are times that you have to do things and make decisions that you don't want to do. But as the leader and as the entrepreneur and as the business owner, and we've got to make those decisions. And, there are times that, I had just the other day, just for instance, a guy that, I really liked him. He was a great employee. He could do a lot of things. It was able to free me up to be able to go out of town on other projects and keep all my projects in town running and things. And there are a number of things that he did very well. But then I heard from a client that he was soliciting work from her for himself, not through me, and I had to fire him. For me, that was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do, because I really liked the guy. I wanted to see him succeed. I saw that he had potential. I saw that he could do more than just what he was doing at that moment. And so I called him and I said, "Hey man, is this what you did?" And he said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, I have to let you go." And, for me, I want to encourage people to do side work. I want to encourage people to make more money. But in doing so, you can't take my clients. You can't take the people and take from me that I'm giving you every single day. I'm giving you a paycheck every week, So it's not all fun and games at times when you have to deal with employees that are stealing from you or trying to take things that aren't theirs, or just being rude. And so, when it's not all fun and games, you've got to understand and you've got to go back to your blueprint. You've got to go back to the blueprint and understand and know, this is why I'm doing it. I'm doing this thing because this is why. Whatever your blueprint is, that's why you're doing it. That's why when it's not all fun and games, you continue to push through. You can continue to strive and be better, because you know that at the end of the day, if that person's not here with us anymore, then someone's going to come on that can be a better part of our team and a better fit and help us get the goals and dreams and have them come to pass. And there are times that being an entrepreneur is not all fun and games when it comes to finances. There are ups and downs. And there are seasons in business. There are times that business is super, super busy and super profitable. And then there are times that business is a little slower. You've just got to understand and know that there are seasons, there are times, and there are times that are profitable. There are times that are a little slower. So just understand and know going into this that there are going to be ebbs and flows. There are going to be ups and downs. And so just so you're not discouraged when things do take a little dip, understand that when things are high, save. That way when things are low, you're able to maintain. And you're able to then, for me, I do my most thinking, and I do some of my most, not revolutionary, but some of the most changes when things are a little bit lower. We go through a season of high, and then I see what worked well, and then when things slow down a little bit, I'm able to help adjust and make changes and make things better. Adjust, that way when things start rising again, we can go to a higher peak. We can then make the profits higher. We can make our effectiveness higher because when things slowed down a little bit, I was able to think, I was able to process, I was able to take time to understand what went well, what didn't go well, what clients do I want, what clients don't I want. I'm going through not one of the down times in finances, but one of the times that I've got to honestly look at some of my clientele and go, do I want these clients anymore? Do I want to deal with them? Are they a headache? Do they make me money or do they not? Are they worth the headache? So these are the things that as an entrepreneur I have to decide and I have to look at because it's important. It's valuable to understand and know that I have to make the hard decisions. If I'm an entrepreneur and I can't make the hard decisions, I can't be an entrepreneur. I can't be a business owner. I can't be an effective leader if I can't make the decisions, the hard decisions. If I can't make those, I don't need to be doing what I'm doing. So just understand and know, as an entrepreneur, things aren't going to always be the easiest and always be gravy and always be the way that they show on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and all this type of thing. Know that there are going to be times that things are hard. There are going to be times that things are difficult. You are going to have to make hard decisions. You are going to have to move people on that don't fit your organization. You are going to have to make the decision to save money when things are good so that when things slow down a little bit, you have plenty to maintain through those seasons. There are going to be times that you want to quit. There are going to be times and people that push you to want to quit. And you know what? I want to encourage you, don't do it. Understand and know the blueprint. Take that blueprint and begin to work that blueprint. When things are not fun and games, you have to have your goals and you have to have your blueprint that bring you back to the vision of why you're doing what you're doing. For Jesse and I remember I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. But God said, don't do it, it will pay off. And that's the only reason I stayed with it. Because it did not look good for us a number of years ago financially to stick with it. It didn't look good. But God told me to stick with it and it would pay off. And right now I'm looking at it and it's paid off. We've been able to do things that I could have never fathomed that we would have been able to do. So just know that when it's not all fun and games, you've got to go back to, like we talked about before, you've got to go back to your goals, go back to your blueprint, go back to the things that'll help you stay steady, stay stable, and run the course that you know is in your heart to run. So the fun and games, it's going to come. And we're going to talk about in the next session about when it is all fun and games, because that's the exciting part. That's the fun part. But take the times when it's not all fun and games, jot down things that you want to change. Jot down things that you want your business and yourself to grow with. Jot down and write down things that you can change so that whenever the flow goes back up and it is all fun and games, that you can make that more effective. You can make that more profitable. You can make that more exciting for you and your employees and your staff and everyone around you. When things are going up, you should be taking a flow of people with you. And so when things are going down, you should show people how to be able to maintain and how to balance a budget and how to balance your life and that type of thing. So understand, there are times things are great, and then there are times when things aren't the best. So understand and know that you have to learn in those times and take those times and take those opportunities to begin to make changes so that when the flow goes back up and the tide rises again, you have more ammunition, you have more power, you have more infrastructure, you have more of the things that you need so that you can get the desired result that's on your blueprint, that are on your goals. So just know that, life's not all fun and games. Business and entrepreneurs not all fun and games, but there are times that it is. When it's not all fun and games, you'll never lose if you don't quit. So just know, like I was telling you before, when we were going through those times of difficulty, I had to go back to the thing that I knew. I knew God told me not to quit. I knew God told me that if I didn't quit, it would pay off. So you know what? In those hard times and when things slow down, don't quit. Don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. But go back to your blueprint and find out what you can adjust and what you can change. When things are going bad, that's the time to make a change. I say going bad. When the flow or the season changes and things slow down a little bit, that gives you the ability to make a change and to adapt and overcome, so that when things are rising and going back up top, that you're able to make that momentum push even higher.